Hello there guys, it's Joey, and this video is going to be about healing the aura. It's a requested video, and I meant to do this earlier, but it tends to come around, the energies tend to come around when it's best suited, and it felt that today was the day to do it. So what we're actually going to be talking about first and foremost is a charging setup in which you charge a particular crystal wand or tumblestone for the purpose of utilising that within healing the aura. And we're going to talk through that first and then go on to the process of healing the aura. If you feel that you have tears in the aura, if you are feeling that energy is escaping, that your aura has somehow been damaged through stress, difficult times, trauma, personal illness, physical illness, emotional illness. There are many reasons, and quite a few symptoms as well of problems with the aura. Lack of energy is one, increased depression and sadness and ill emotion, feeling lost, feeling confused, feeling light and you can't really ground yourself, things of that nature. It tends to vary slightly depending on the person and the situation which has caused it, and even where the actual tear is in the aura, or if one particular chakra has been attacked as a result of the tear. So the setup we have in front of us is copal incense. It's hem copal incense. You could also go with a frankincense and myrrh, or perhaps a camphor. I choose copal in this circumstance because it's soothing, it's spiritual, it creates a meditative framework, a state of mind which is relaxing and yet at the same time raising your vibration into the energy of spiritual awareness. And you have to be quite spiritually aware when working with gently healing your aura. So that would be my personal choice. And then I have a candle on a mirror, and the candle is black and white. There's black at the bottom and white, and I have inscribed the Ogum for Alder, as this is part of the Alder process, the final probably Alder energy this month. And it is surrounded by kunzite, and we'll talk about the crystals in a minute, on a white or lighter altar cloth. And Big Mama Healing Crystal is here too. So before you do anything, you want to cleanse out your entire space, and you would want to cleanse yourself as well. I usually cleanse my entire space with some Florida water. It's quick and it's easy and it's effective. You can also cleanse your your hands and your feet with Florida water, just to, you know, get rid of anything that's stopping your magic flowing a little bit. You may want to do this as a preemptive thing, just, you know, regularly. It can be a really good thing to be doing regularly, to just cleanse your aura out, as well as just healing any small, I don't know, tweaks of energy rather than actual tears before it becomes a problem. Just it's a regular cleansing, healing process. And then you would have your own sense of cleansing yourself through a cleansing bath. Put a bit of salt in the water, all that good stuff. There are recipes for cleansing bathings on the channel already, and if you wanted a more in-depth cleansing bath recipe. So we are going to be utilising the setup in front of you for imbuing a particular tool, crystal in that case, with the healing energies of the spiritual warrior of Fern. So Fern has its spiritual warrior energies, and that means it helps to combat problems in the spiritual realm. So if you've been attacked in the spiritual realm, the Ogham Fern is going to be ideal for helping with that energy. You could have the Ogham on here as well if you wanted. Mine's on the main altar at the minute in a process of something else, so that can then lend the energy. And if you don't work with the Ogham, it's fine, you just inscribe something else, healing or just your name, on the candle. So there are many crystals which you can utilise to help with healing magic, and the best way, I think, really is to get hold of a crystal wand. And before anybody panics, you can get hold of a selenite wand, for example, on the cheap. They're not expensive, selenite wands. And if you can't get hold of that, you just use a quartz crystal point. Very inexpensive. Some other crystals which are good for use could be a kyanite, and you can use either black kyanite or blue kyanite. Kunzite, which is what's actually around my charging candle. You could use a rose quartz, or in my case I'll be using my labradorite. I'm going to discuss the properties. So in case we're all panicking, I am going to discuss why certain crystals can be used. So if nothing else, quartz points are a good all-rounder crystal. They're easily and readily available. They're not expensive. You can get points online really easily. You can get them in all metaphysical shops, and you can get them really easily. But if you can't get a point, then get a tumblestone of any of these crystals. You can get a quartz tumblestone. Where's a good labradorite one? It's not too bad. It's raining quite heavily here, so I don't know how great it will shine in the light, but there you go. That's a labradorite tumble, and you can use a tumble instead. It's just the wands are a little bit better because they direct the energy a little bit better. But if you can only get hold of a tumblestone, then don't panic and just use what's available to you. So we're going to be imbuing this candle, or I guess really the candle is the focal point for the healing energy. We are going to imbue it with the crystals around it. It's been, well, technically I've already done that, but that's what we're going to be showing and talking about. And it's been anointed, and we'll talk about that in a minute. And therefore we fill it full of healing energy and intent, and then we leave the tool, say this was here, and create an energy connection between them. Right, so kunzite I've chosen around the edge is an extremely spiritual stone with a high vibration. It awakens the heart center and unconditional love, giving loving thoughts and communication. It radiates peace and connects you to universal energy. It has the power to dispel negativity. The stone shields the aura from unwanted energies, providing a protective sheath around it and dispelling attached entities, mental influences, etc. from the aura. Strengthens the energy field around the body. So basically, it's the perfect aura crystal, kunzite. It's a little bit less readily available than some of the others, however. So kyanite is excellent for attunement, meditation. It's a tranquilizing and powerful transmitter, and also amplifies high frequency energies. connects to spirit guides, which can help with the process of healing the aura and healing the self. Instantly aligns the chakras and subtle bodies, clearing the pathways and meridians. It helps to stabilise the biomagnetic field after clearing and transformation. Dispels blockages as well as negative emotions. Yeah. And then blue is obviously one of the colours of healing, and if you've had a lot of problems around the throat chakra, the blue would be better, and then the black is highly grounding. So if you were feeling confused and lost, and the effect on your aura and was causing a lack of stability, then black kyanite would be the crystal of choice there. Rose quartz is a good all-rounder. It's a crystal of love and universal love. It can help you tap into an element of self-love. If there's been a heavy level of depression, then rose quartz may be the crystal of choice for you. Again, rose quartz crystals in terms of, and here's a smaller one, in terms of wands, aren't too expensive. Mine were both gifted, oddly enough. Right. So selenite, which is a really good option, a really good inexpensive option, and you can get wands and things really easily, helps to bring about a rapid shift of energy, quickly dispersing accumulations of negative energy within the aura, also removes blockages and stagnant energy from the body. So yeah, it's a really good crystal for like drawing in positive energy and helping healing the aura. And labradorite instigates rapid frequency shifts, removes blockages rapidly, as well as being useful for protection. It prevents future energy drainage and the situations which might cause energy drainage, like depending on people that you shouldn't be, as well as providing deep spiritual protection in the future. So basically all of this is entirely what is available to you, which crystal you choose for the actual aura healing, and you're going to be using it around your aura, like so. If you have the opportunity to get one, I would probably recommend selenite for most people. It's a much calmer, soothing, gentler energy than labradorite. Labradorite has this, you are going to shift and you're going to go. You're going to change. And so there you go. Right. So, voila. This is my healing setup. And prior to this, you want to make sure your space is cleansed. Like I said, you can use your copal, you can use certain forms of incenses, you can use your energy spritzers like I use. I have those on the store if you require one of those. I have all sorts of methods. I sing, I use particular forms of energy vibration with regards to music and sound. It's really up to you how you cleanse your space and yourself. Big Mama Crystal, by the way, is always involved in all forms of healing magic. So for anointing the candle in the centre, which by the way I would go with a white candle or a blue candle for correspondence reasons, we have a nice balance here between white for purification and healing and black as a protective measure underneath. That would be my personal choice. So then you want to anoint it and inscribe it however you feel best. If you don't work with the ogum like I do, then I would inscribe your name on the candle, because you are healing yourself, healing your aura. If you do work with the ogum, or you're attempting to, then you might want to inscribe the ogum which I am incorporating into this, which is older, or you might want to incorporate both, or your own symbols. It really depends how you feel about it. You can even just write healing in your candle, just take a pin or appropriate candle writing device and inscribe it. And then you might anoint it with an oil. Now I use this, and this is, the light is terrible, but this is Healing Waters of Avalon spell oil, which is also available in the store if you want one. I use this myself and I friggin' adore it. That's why it's in a mega bottle. I make it all the time and I use it a lot. I'm also going to anoint myself with it. Now you can do this if you so desire. I usually put some on the wrist, and I would put some on the soles of my feet, and I might rub my hands around in it a little bit, and it just starts the healing energy going. It starts a good cleansing energy going, adding to the cleansing that you've already done. It's sort of like a spiritual prep work for the healing that's taking place. I love this stuff. I put this stuff in the bath as well. However, what if you have no access to such things? Well, I have 3 essential oil suggestions. The first one would be lavender essential oil. I would suggest lavender essential oil if the situation with a damaged aura or a broken aura or like energy attacks was causing you a great amount of tension, stress and lack of sleep. Lavender has a much more soothing, softer, gentler energy and can help with forms of depression. If, however, the attack on your aura was causing you to be sluggish, again, you could, again depressed, it was stagnating you, leaving you with a lack of energy, leaving you down and out and unable to get up and go sort of thing, then I would use lime. Lime is one of my favourite essential oils, and it really does invigorate the spiritual warrior within, and the spiritual warrior is a concept which underlies all of the aura healing anyway, so it works really well. And if you want a good all-rounder, you're experiencing many of the symptoms, it's not just one or the other, it's in a bad place, then eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is my go-to healing essential oil. It contains both the energies to uplift, to decongest, to clear out the self. If you want a sort of mundane comparison, eucalyptus is used to clear out, a cold or blockages of the nose, so it helps you to breathe again. So on a spiritual level it does the same thing. It's going to clear out all that congestion and ache and blockages within the aura. It's quite soothing as well. It helps with stings and bites, I believe, so it has that soothing antiseptic type energy to it as well. So those are 3 essential oils you can anoint your candle with. It's entirely your choice if you wanted to go for a different essential oil. Follow your intuition. So then we're going to be lighting our candle. Prior to me doing this, I anointed my candle and filled it with its intention. That is to say that I filled it with my energy, and you do something along the lines of this. And you are transmitting your energy into the candle and forming an energy link down to your crystal. So you are visualizing your energy going into the crystal and down into your thingy crystal. Now, this is why it's really good as a preemptive measure, because obviously your energy isn't damaged. But what if your energy is really quite low and you're really desperate for the healing and you don't think that you can fill this candle with energy the way you need to in terms of healing? What do you do then? Then I suggest you request the aid of spirit guides and the universe. So you create the candle. You have it in your mind's eye, the outcome that you want, aka you visualize being full, being healed. You visualize white light throughout you, making you feel better, making you feel uplifted. You visualize yourself feeling healthy and better, and then you just say to the universe, please help me to make this so. My energy right now is low. You can rhyme if you like. Apparently I automatically rhyme when I'm thinking about these things. And you can move your crystal around the candle to fill up its energies with this particular purpose. That was right, so lovely. And just place it there. And you just create an energy link. If you want, you could use a secondary crystal. So I wonder if I have some more kunzite. Do I have some more kunzite? Yes, I do. Right, so because I use kunzite around the outside to energize the crystal, much like you would with a crystal grid, you can then use another piece of the same crystal you used around the bottom, and if you only have a quartz available to you, then use quartz, and if you want to use a completely different crystal, then use a completely different crystal, and then you just pull the energy up through the candle and link it. So, then what? Okay. Then you may wish to meditate a little bit with a big crystal, if you have one, or a tumblestone if you have one, and you may just, wish to cool yourself down, calm yourself, get yourself into a meditative state. You may wish to play a little bit of music. And it's all about creating the correct environment, or the harmonious environment for connecting to your spiritual self, to put your trust and faith in yourself. And the biggest problem that I come across when people ask for advice about certain things is the loss of trust in your own self, in your intuition, and your ability to heal yourself, or whatever the case may be. And it's easy to do. It's easy to lose sight of the fact that you have the ability to heal your own aura and create magic and so on and so forth. So once you have done that, and you may wish to let the candle burn all the way down, you may feel ready before the candle is burnt down. I'm going to use a different crystal. We're going to allow that one to carry on imbuing, because I'm going to do this before I upload the video. So, say the selenite was the crystal I had used, and it was ready. Okay, and selenite is also lovely as well, because you can do this. See how the light travels through? No, that's wonderful for that. Right, okay. And then you're going to literally just go around your aura and just cleanse it out. And it's really good if you've anointed your hands and your feet, like I do with my healing waters of Aragon oil. That's a good place to start, because obviously you've already prepped. Well, you should have already prepped anyway with the whole body, with the cleansing bath and things, but there you go. And then you just go over your entire body with the crystal. And you should be able to feel the energy change. You should feel better, lighter, or more grounded, depending on the symptoms you're experiencing. And you should feel, it's basically like the lifting of the ick. It's like a, oh, that feels better. And you should try to visualize your aura as well, and there are many practice methods for visualizing your aura. I think one of the most simple ones is staring at your hands against a white wall until the colour imprint is against your eyelids when you shut your eyes. There are many ways out there and methods out there worth exploring. Anyway, so you go over your entire body with the crystal, and you can incorporate chakra work into it as well as if you want to cleanse through your chakras as you're doing so. That might be a really good method as well. If you've got some of the chakra stones like I have, you can incorporate that into it as well. And it's basically just seeing any blockages pushed through by light, and you draw light down from the universe. You can visualize a sun above your head and pull that healing energy down through and push out any blockages and just push out any hooks, and you just visualize anything that you think is causing problems, and anywhere you can feel like a dip in energy around your aura is a tear or a tweak, if it's not quite a tear yet. And what you're going to do is this is why I prefer wands for this. Take your wand and say it was on my finger here, right? You just heal it. And it's the same as visualizing something knitting together, as if you had a physical cut. The skin eventually pulls over and knits together, and that's what you are doing with your aura, and you're just strengthening it and strengthening it and knitting over it and knitting over it until it is healed again, and strengthening it and strengthening it and strengthening it. I hum or sing while I'm doing this because I think that really adds something to it, but that's a personal choice. So I hope this video was helpful and offered some insights and advice and thoughts on how to heal your aura. Many blessings.